And now, direct from Las Vegas, it's Football Forecast Weekly, starring Dennis Tobler, with special guest Buzz Daly, featuring reports from Antigua, Curacao, and Costa Rica. And now, the hottest football show on the air, Football Forecast Weekly.
Today's special guest star is Rod Meyers. And now our host, Dennis Tobler.
Thanks a lot, Carrie. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Football Forecast Weekly. We have a great show on tap for you today. I want to remind all you viewers out there that we are streamed live to the internet on KEENTV.com every Friday evening, 11 p.m. Pacific, and Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, so don't miss the show. Also, I want to welcome back to the show this week the great guests we had last week. Both of them are fantastic individuals and full of information. Buzz Daly is here with his new unique take on the sports gaming industry, along with Rod Meyers. Rod is a co-host here every week and our chief game analyst. We'll have more winners with Rod. Rod, welcome back to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on again this week.
Welcome. Thanks, Dennis.
Well, let's not waste any time getting to the game action this week. We've got some big college and pro games. We're going to bring you the winners on. Let's get right to Rod and figure out who's going to win these games. First matchup we have for you this week, North Carolina at Florida State. Florida State opened at 23. They're now 25-point favorites. North Carolina, they struggled early last week before they ended up blowing out Wake Forest and getting the cover. Florida State, they also stumbled a bit against Georgia Tech. Might show a little vulnerability on Florida State's part. They're huge favorites here, Rod, minus 25. Who do you like?
This week you have to go with North Carolina. Florida State is laying 25 points, and that is 25 points too much in this series. Yes, it's true. In the three previous meetings, Florida State has dominated this series. Ronald Curry returns as the top quarterback for the Tar Heels. He has produced some solid numbers this year. 65 points in the first two games. They dominated Tulane. They dominated Wake Forest. Two teams that not too bad on any college schedule. Florida State started off a little slow against Georgia Tech last week till they come back and beat them by 5. Winky is not going to get the job done this week. Florida State may win, but 25 points, way too much to cover. North Carolina gets this one in an easy cover.
Well, we've got one consensus play again this week, Rod, because I'm going to go with North Carolina in this one, too. Florida State minus 25. I don't care if they are at home. They've shown a lot of vulnerability. Georgia Tech is a lousy football team, and I don't think Chris Winky can get the job done either. He is far overrated when it comes to quarterback position in college football, and surely he's not going to get any Heisman votes. North Carolina, on the other hand, they came back strong last week, and I think they're finally getting their running game going. I think they can cover in this one. Maybe a late cover, but hey, let's take the minus 25. The next matchup this week is another Florida team. We're going to take Florida and Tennessee and break this one down for you. Florida is a 3-point road favorite here. They always seem to handle Tennessee. Tennessee struggles against the good schools. However, it could be a different story at home this week. Tennessee has had a week to prepare for Florida, which will help. Florida last week blew away Middle Tennessee 55-zip, so they had no competition. We'll see what happens this week. Could be a tough matchup. Florida's a 3-point road favorite. Rod, take it away.
Well, it's unusual to find the Gators as a road favorite here in this series. Tennessee is off its customary bye before meeting Florida. Florida basically a bye week last week as well on their easy victory. However, Tennessee is suffering at quarterback. Joey Matthews sprains a knee earlier in practice. Looks like redshirt freshman A.J. Suggs will get the start. Thoughts were earlier that I like this game with Tennessee winning. Now you're going to have to switch it over to Florida. Florida's got a much better offense. I think with the injury to the quarterback at Tennessee, they're not going to be able to get the ball moving either way. However, the most interesting fact of this entire game, the last 3 games, Florida has failed to cover, but the game has gone under the total in the last 3 series. I like this one with Florida laying the 3 on the road.
Well, certainly history points to a defensive battle here, and I think in the quarterback situation and everything else, history will hold true. It could be a low-scoring game. And if it is a low-scoring game, I'm going to take Tennessee in this matchup. I'm going to vary from Rod's prediction, even though it is a tough matchup. I'm going to take Tennessee and hope the home cooking gets the job done here. So we're going to be right back after these messages. I want to remind all of you to take a close look at these messages coming up. We've got some great sponsors on the show this year. Dune Sports out of Escazú, Costa Rica, one of the finest operations in the world. Dunes is now offering live lines to cell phones. And of course, Pinnacle Sports Worldwide out of Curacao. That operation is a tremendous operation also. I visited both places this spring. Pay close attention. There's some huge promotional bonuses going on for all callers off of our show. So we'll be right back with our look at the pros right after these messages.
Our motto epitomizes what we stand for at Dune Sports. We're bigger because we see the big picture. With over 100 years combined experience, Dunes is your best bet. You can find our lines on the Don Best feed, the premier line service. We're better with better customer service, better wagering options, better marketing, and better technology. Try our live line feed to your web cell phones. The newest in cutting-edge technology, live lines, live scores, all to your cell phone. We're faster with 7-day-a-week payouts, same-day Western Union, and easy wagering options, plus technical assistance unequaled in the industry. We have more wagering options. Wager online, over the phone, and soon directly over your web cell phone, plus customer service second to none. Call now, Dune Sports, 1-877-600-9116. Set up your account today. Call now and get in the game.
Hi there, sports fans. ACK is back to remind you that the explosion of cyberspace sports has changed the way America experiences sports. That's why you'll be getting 21st century technology right here at Football Forecast. Hey, I can remember when a website was that thing in the upper corner of my bedroom. But now you can keep up with the latest football forecast at our website, www.footballforecast.com. So get your free picks off our internet. More later when ACK is back.
Hut one, hut two, hike! Touchdown, Packers win!
Hey, football fans. After the long wait, the great game is back. If you love football and you like wagering on sports, if you like free contests where you can win up to $250,000, if you like the best parlay and teaser odds in the world, then Pinnacle Sports Worldwide is the place for you. Members get free entry into weekly contests with prizes up to $100,000 and a chance at the Super Bowl Bonanza where you can win $250,000. So if you're ready to start playing with a licensed sportsbook where the fun and free contests never stop, if you like 105 on football, call Pinnacle Sports today at 1-800-484-3333. That's 800-484-3333. Or get online at planetpinnacle.com. That's planetpinnacle.com and play today.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm still here with Rod Meyers, our guest analyst again this week. We're going to be breaking down the pro action for you. The first pro matchup we'll take a look at this evening, Buffalo at the New York Jets. The Jets are 1-point home favorites in what will be a very, very tough matchup. Both teams played well. Buffalo's 2-0 now. The Jets got a huge emotional comeback win last week. The Jets 1 point at home. Rod, take it away.
Well, like I said, New York comes off a wonderful comeback win over New England on Monday night, gets the win 20-19. Buffalo, Jets both 2-0. Bills playing solid football all year long, or even though it's early in the season, they're still looking good both offensively and defensively. However, this game is split in the series 3-3. I like the under in this series. It's gone under 4 out of the last 6 meetings. However, the Jets lay in 1 point off a Monday night win. It's a short week for them. I like the Jets purely on emotion.
Well, it's going to be a tough matchup for sure, but I'm going to take Buffalo here. Buffalo seems to have the toughest defense in the AFC, and I really believe that they're going to really play it close to the vest, run the ball a lot, and in a low-scoring game get the job done. The Jets really didn't show me anything last week outside of 2 miracle throws from Testaverde to Corbett to win the ball game. The rest of the game, they showed absolutely nothing. So if Buffalo's defense can take charge here, I think they can get the outright win. I'll go with Buffalo in this matchup. The next game we have on the board for you is the New York Giants at Chicago. Chicago opens as a 1-point favorite after being blown out by Tampa Bay last week. They're getting plenty of respect because the line's already moved up to -2 on this game. Now the Giants, they played a very solid game last week. They put points on the board and their defense played well. So this is another tough call. Let's turn to our expert analyst, Rod Meyers. Rod, what do you think here? Chicago, 2-point favorite.
Well, I think this is a very must-win situation for the Chicago Bears. Dick Duron, the head coach for the Bears, definitely needs Cade McNown to change the offensive motion that this team is headed in. They went up against a brick wall last week against Tampa Bay. New York Giants had a relatively easy time over Philadelphia, who was actually surprised after blowing out Dallas in the opening weekend. I think the 2 points right here is a good number for Chicago Bears. I think the Bears will come out emotionally. They're playing at home. They're ready to go. I think McNown puts the numbers up offensively through the air. I think defensively, you're not going to see the Giants able to run the ball like most teams were able to against Chicago last year as a whole. I think the Giants falter a little bit, meet up the Bears defense. Bears shut them down. Bears win this one, cover the 2.
Well, one thing's for sure. Last week we had mostly consensus selections. This week we're going to go against each other, I guess, because I'm going to take the opposite side of this one too. The Giants played just too well for me to look at the other direction here. The Bears, I'm still not sold on. I have no idea why all the money come in on the Bears this week. Sure, they're going back home, but McNown, he hasn't proven anything from the quarterback position. I'm not sure their defense is strong enough to stop the Giants. Let's go with the New York Giants and take the points in this one. And we're going to give you one more winner before we break again, and that is the Denver-Oakland game. The Denver-Oakland game is probably the top game on the board this week, folks. Believe me, this one will be a battle, and the winner here is going to go a long way in the AFC West to winning the division because all the rest of the teams are weak sisters. Denver is playing very well with Shanahan doing the coaching. Oakland came back, scored 38 points in the second half against Indianapolis last week to come away with a road win. Therefore, on the strength of that performance, Oakland's a 3-point favorite. Rod, who's the winner?
I think in this contest you have to look at Denver. Denver usually takes control of the West early in the season, and this is going to be no-brainer. Yes, they lose opening night, Monday night against St. Louis. They come back astoundingly against Atlanta Falcons. Running back Mike Anderson said, "Orlando's Gary and Terrell Davis who?" Yes, I'm the real running back here. This is what Denver's looking for. They needed someone to pick up the pace and take control of the offense. Greasy will get the job done against what I consider a weak Oakland defensive secondary. And I think Greasy will pick apart the defensive secondary of the Oakland Raiders this week. Catching 3 on the road for Denver, that's a pretty good spot. History says Denver gets this one in a big way.
Well, I tend to agree with you, and I must pass on to the viewing public here that it doesn't seem to be the talent in Denver, it's the coach and the coaching program there at Denver. Let me tell you something. Mike Shanahan was the brains behind Dan Reeves' Broncos during the Super Bowl years, and he was the brains behind Bill Walsh's 49ers. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, it was Shanahan that made them the potent offensive force they were. So I'm going to go with Denver in this matchup too. I think Oakland's overrated. The Denver defense could put the stop on them. So let's take Denver plus the 3 points. Now stay tuned because coming right up is Buzz Daly. And following that, we're going to show you a unique look at my private scrapbook as we go around Las Vegas, do our research and our scouting. We talk to all the football players and the stars that come through town and get their opinions. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll be right back after these messages.
Rio International is a legally operating offshore sports book located in the beautiful country of Costa Rica. Rio International has been operating for the past 7 years and proudly displays their lines on the world-famous Don Best screen. Open a gold or platinum account today and receive an abundance of extras offered such as free sports pagers, 1 free monthly payout, free monthly plays, plus sign-up bonuses for you and your friends. Rio International takes phone action, and they also have a user-friendly internet wagering site. And just listen to these extras. Ties win on teasers. Free half point on Friday wagers. A free half point when playing 10 games or more. So get in the game. You can call now at 1-877-RIO-BETS or check us out on the web at www.betrio.com. International Island Sportsbook is the one and only sportsbook offshore that offers the unheard of promotion of 7 cents juice all day, every day. Critics say, how can you stay in business with 7 cents juice every day? Well, the answer is simple. They cut their profits and pass them on to their valuable customers. So not only are they offering 7 cents juice all day, every day, they also give away sign-up bonuses, sports pagers, free plays, and much more. II Sportsbook offers wagering both over the phone and on the internet, with opening deposits as low as $200 and minimum wagers as low as $10 on the net. In the near future, II Sportsbook will be proudly announcing the expansion on the internet with their new casino, featuring blackjack, roulette, poker, and much more. To check out International Island Sportsbook, just give them a call at 1-800-809-0948 or click on the web at www.iisportsbook.com.
Here's a peek at Dennis Tobler's secret football forecast scrapbook. It contains predictions on who has the best shot this season on the World Series and the Super Bowl.
I'm here at the Tropicana in Las Vegas for the NFL event, and
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
my guess is the Jaguars, because I just love them.
I think it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys?
Dallas Cowboys.
I believe the San Francisco 49ers got the best shot
And why?
because we got all the offensive weapons, we got some defensive help we needed, and we're ready to roll this year.
We are Passion here at the world-famous Holiday Inn Boardwalk Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, I hope the Kansas City Chiefs win. Well, they won't, but I hope they do. I'm for the Buffalo Bills. They're gonna win.
Honestly, the best shot might be Minnesota because everybody's coming back to them. So I think they got the best shot.
That would be the Jets. No, that's hard to say. There's going to be a whole lot of competition with the Super Bowl this season, and there's a lot of people in the mix. But I think that we're definitely have a chance to be one of the contenders, and that's what we're out there for. I think last year we were out there, and we were really into getting to the playoffs, and that was what we concentrated on. And from there, we started dealing with each game in the playoffs. And I think this year it's the same way, but we're really shooting for the Super Bowl, and falling short of it would be a disappointment for the whole season.
Is there the Lakers?
The New Orleans Saints. I think they're going to take it.
I have no clue.
So Denver's definitely up there. As far as the rest of the league, that's why we suit up and play every Sunday. You never know.
Is it multiple choice?
That's a tough question. Without off the top of my head, I'm going to pick a wild shot. I'm going to say the Phoenix Cardinals out of the NFC East has a great shot at the Super Bowl if they continue to improve like they have the last couple years.
Say the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers. Go.
The best shot in the Super Bowl this year, my wife is from Denver, so she says I have to say the Broncos, but Elway's gone, so they haven't got a chance. No, they have a chance. The Browns. Yeah, the Browns are coming back. They got the best shot.
Baseball is the one sport I've been a Yankee fan from day one, and I think it'll be very exciting if the Yankees and the Mets make the World Series this year, being a guy from back east, and Yankees will win in 7.
Oh my God, that's going to be a tough one, the Yankees.
Toronto. Who knows? New York Yankees.
Our motto epitomizes what we stand for at Dune Sports. We're bigger because we see the big picture. With over 100 years combined experience, Dunes is your best bet. You can find our lines on the Don Best feed, the premier line service. We're better with better customer service, better wagering options, better marketing, and better technology. Try our live line feed to your web cell phones. The newest in cutting-edge technology, live lines, live scores, all to your cell phone. We're faster with 7-day-a-week payouts, same-day Western Union, and easy wagering options, plus technical assistance unequaled in the industry. We have more wagering options. Wager online, over the phone, and soon directly over your web cell phone, plus customer service second to none. Call now, Dune Sports, 1-877-600-9116. Set up your account today. Call now and get in the game.
Hi there, sports fans. ACK is back to remind you that the explosion of cyberspace sports has changed the way America experiences sports. That's why you'll be getting 21st century technology right here at Football Forecast. Hey, I can remember when a website was that thing in the upper corner of my bedroom. But now you can keep up with the latest football forecast at our website, www.footballforecast.com. So get your free picks off our internet. More later when AC is back.
Hut one, hut two, hike. Touchdown, Packers win!
Hey, football fans, after the long wait, the great game is back. If you love football and you like wagering on sports, if you like free contests where you can win up to $250,000, if you like the best parlay and teaser odds in the world, then Pinnacle Sports Worldwide is the place for you. Members get free entry into weekly contests with prizes up to $100,000 and a chance at the Super Bowl Bonanza where you can win $250,000. So if you're ready to start playing with a licensed sportsbook where the fun and free contests never stop, if you like 105 on football, call Pinnacle Sports today at 1-800-484-3333. That's 800-484-3333. Or get online at planetpinnacle.com. That's planetpinnacle.com and play today.
Next up is Buzz Daly. And then our pick of the week. You don't want to miss that.
SportsBet.com presents Sports Scene with Buzz Daly, publisher of Player's Choice, the nation's leading gaming journal, appearing each week exclusively right here on Football Forecast Weekly.
Hey, sports fans. You know, the NFL put on a pretty good show last week. Kansas City gave Jim Mora a little lesson on why you don't sit on a lead. The Detroit Lions sort of gave Washington a little bit of a notice that you can't sit on your press clippings. You got to show up to play. And boy, there was a lot of scoring. 10 out of 14, I believe, went over the total. But you know, where I saw the game, I saw it at the newest sports book on the strip at the Aladdin. And I'll tell you, from that perspective, there was not much excitement. The dynamics of being in a crowded sports book were missing. You know, we get a lot of calls and emails and letters asking us what's going on in Vegas and what's the latest in the sports books. Well, let's talk about the Aladdin, which is a brand new, very, very impressive facility with the exception of the sports book. Unfortunately, it is a preview of where Las Vegas sports betting is headed. It's a very compact facility. It's got a like stadium seating. You walk down and there's 2 rows of seating and 2 rows. About 10 people each, maybe 20 people. And they have a wall with about 12 monitors, and then on the other side they have the same thing. Now, that's not a lot of people, and it doesn't generate much excitement. But you know, given the direction that the casinos are going, we're not really surprised at the smallness of the facility. And it wasn't the subdued nature of the crowd, or even the smallness of the book itself that was so off-putting, but it was all the missing amenities. Cocktail waitresses, they were few and far between. An odds board, forget it, there was no odds board. We would have settled for a handwritten odds board. We don't need a fancy LED board. What they had was a television screen that scrolled information. And when you looked up, what you were looking for wasn't available. So that does not get the job done. Now, with all these screens at its disposal, believe it or not, there wasn't an iota of baseball information available. No odds, no games, no scores. Now, we asked the ticket writer, do you guys take baseball action here? They gave us a little handout with today's action on it. Well, gee whiz, guess what? They started a 15-cent line that very quickly becomes a 20-cent line. Why anyone would bet into those lines is a mystery, but apparently there's enough squares coming in to stay at the Aladdin that it's not a problem for them. Now, they do offer a modest array of parlay cards. No big bargains, and they're not particularly cheap either. They're kind of standard. But they have a Ties Win teaser card that represents a very unfortunate trend. It's a tease of 4.5 points in either direction. Now we're talking about a 9-point tease, 4.5 and 4.5, which means the standard 10 or 11 tease isn't available. Now you don't get a 12-point tease on cards, but 10 or 11 points is standard. The Aladdin obviously feels their players are dumb enough they can tease the 4.5 and they'll buy into it. Well, needless to say, after spending an afternoon watching NFL football at the Aladdin, we will be back at our regular haunts at, for instance, the Stardust, or at maybe 1 or 2 places out in Henderson that we like to hang out at. But you know, there was news being made outside of Las Vegas. Guess what? Bobby Knight, an Indiana institution, gone. Is he missed? Well, yeah, some folks do miss him and others don't. We're not going to get into the pros and cons of whether he should be there or not, but we do know there was a sports book that back in May put up a proposition that whether or not Bobby would survive in the job until January 1st, 2001. Believe it or not, bettors were adamant that he was going to keep his job. The action poured in, and it was all, no, he's not going to be fired. Well, the guy that runs that sports book chuckled when he told us. He said, you know, we opened the price at minus 115 on both sides, and when we paid it off, it was at minus 275. He chuckled when he was talking about his players. He said, you know, our bettors are usually pretty sharp. They thought we screwed it up, but they were the ones that made the mistake. There wasn't very much money bet on the winning side. However, he's going to give his players another crack at it because they're going to come up with another will he be fired prop. And this one concerns beleaguered coach, Pittsburgh Steelers coach Bill Cowher. Now that's something to think about. The sponsor of the show, sportsbet.com, these guys run a very good book, and they're also pretty aggressive. And what they're offering to the people that watch his show, they're giving you a very sweet deal. The first 5 callers to open up an account will get a 100% sign-up bonus if they mention our name, Buzz Daly, or this segment on the show. Now think about it, guys. Whatever you sign up with, they're going to give you matching funds. Now if you take that, along with the tips you got earlier in the program, you can give Sportbet a good run for their money, or for your money, I should say.
Are you one of the few people who has not tried internet gaming? Are you still stuck going to Las Vegas, Atlantic City, or your local bookie to get some action for the weekend? Then log on to sportbet.com, the industry leader in online sports books and casinos. Sportbet.com has been in business for over 4 years, and in that time has established one of the largest client bases in the industry. Opening a new account is quick and easy, taking less than 5 minutes from start to finish. With an impeccable record for payouts and a bonus program second to none, Sportbet.com is the place to play. Call now, 1-800-214-1788, and open an account. You'll receive a 30% bonus on your deposit. That's right, 30%. Refer a friend and get a 10% referral bonus. Call now or log on to Sportbet.com. Sportbet.com, online gaming just got better.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for Rod and I to make the pick of the week. But before we get to the pick of the week, it's a good time for me to pass on some thoughts to you that may help you in your handicapping. In college football this year, Nebraska and Michigan are the 2 top teams. The rest of them are pretenders, especially Wisconsin. So watch out for that as the year goes on. In the NFL, I can assure you of this, that Tennessee and St. Louis, neither one will make it back to the Super Bowl. So don't be surprised in midseason when they start showing a bunch of losses. Okay, it's back with Rod again. Rod, our pick of the week this week, I think you and I both agree, the Broncos?
It has to be the Denver Broncos. Catching 3 points on the road at Oakland, coming off a huge win over the Atlanta Falcons with Anderson now taking control of the running game. Oakland off a huge emotional win. Huge second half against Indianapolis. Not going to happen against Denver this week. It will be the Denver Broncos.
There you have it. We'll be back again next week with more Football Forecast Weekly. Until then, good luck.
Hi there, sports fans. ACK is back to remind you that the explosion of cyberspace sports has changed the way America experiences sports. That's why you'll be getting 21st century technology right here at Football Forecast. Hey, I can remember when a website was that thing in the upper corner of my bedroom. But now you can keep up with the latest football forecast at our website, www.footballforecast.com. So get your free picks off our internet. More later when ACK is back.